Hey guys, Jay Reacts here, and today we're going to be reacting to Russell Peters' Adventures in Saudi Arabia. Now, I haven't heard Russell Peters in a long time, so I'm really excited to hear his new stuff. Alright, let's get to it.
I made fun of them because women weren't allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia, and I was going in on it. I'm like, well, maybe you should let the women drive because you guys drive like shit, you know, and then... So I was like, oh my God, this is payback. I'm gonna lose my head, and they're gonna blame fucking ISIS or some shit, right?
Jeez, this story seems intense already. This animation's pretty sick. Oh, it's kind of gory. Okay. Oh, okay. I was not expecting that.
Super stoked to get this guy. Everybody
Peters.
fucking loves him. One of the biggest comics in the world, to be honest. Please give it up for Mr. Russell Peters, everybody.
He's dope. Mad respect for Russell Peters.
I've been doing stand-up for 27 years. So, and when you're doing it this long and you start to progress, things in your life change. Like, my situation changed from being this broke brown kid in Canada to a doing okay kid in LA now, right? or old ass man, but whatever. And I get to go around the world. That's the beauty of what I do for a living, is I get to go around the world. And I go to places that the American media tells you not to go to because they want you to be scared and keep your mustache like that. So recently, I was in the Middle East. I can't say which country because I signed an NDA, but
That's sus.
but I was there. I did a show in this place in the Middle East. Well, I could say this. I was in Saudi Arabia, and it was very different. I'd never been to Saudi Arabia before because I was always scared to go to Saudi Arabia. Everybody was like,
true.
Saudi
I
Arabia, I'm
barely know
like, fuck
anything
you.
about that.
And that's based on watching the news in America, and I'm like, well, you better not go to Saudi Arabia or they'll tie you to 2 different camels and they'll make them run away, you know what I mean? That's all you ever hear about Saudi Arabia is that torture and beheadings and they kill you and you watch what you say, and that's all true. But you don't see it. In the Middle East, it's very quiet. It's like, don't tell anyone what we do. So anyway, I do the show there. Had a great time. There's 10,000 princes in Saudi Arabia. So
I didn't know
there's
that.
a lot of fucking royalty just running around Saudi Arabia. So I do a show. I'm tripped out because when I get on stage, the audience is segregated. Not like this, not like hipsters on one side and, you know, like, but it's like, it's women on one side and men on the other, and because they're not allowed to be together. And I was like, why can't the women be together with the men? And this is the honest answer I got. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I go, hey, why can't the women and the men be together? Because they'll go crazy, want to fuck everybody. I'm like, but here, it's not the men that are gonna go crazy. Just so you're aware of this, these women are lunatics, apparently. And they're just gonna fuck everybody, right? So,
That's funny.
so
That is
all right,
funny.
good plan, right? And so we do the show, and then one of the other princes, who was a little more higher up, I guess, in the prince hierarchy, hears about the show and tells the other prince, I guess, who's his cousin, and he goes, I want a private show with Russell. And then he comes
I feel
to
like
me
that would
at
be
this,
awkward.
they have this little after
Like a
party
private
for
show
me.
for a comedian.
And you would think, like, you're like, all right, you know, because it's Saudi Arabia, you're gonna be like, there's mad bitches, they got the doors closed, fucking 2 chicks in the whole room, and they're like sisters of somebody in there, right? You're like, oh, come on, guy. And then there's guys are dancing with guys. It's not. It's weird. It's not like, but it's not like here, you know, because over here in America, we've lost the idea of what dancing is, you know. White people have won the dancing war. I mean, let's be honest. Like, when you go to like an EDM thing, everybody's just jumping up and down, and nobody's
so
dancing anymore.
true.
That means white people won. And it's either that, or you're just fucking ass fucking everybody all night. You know what I mean? And then, so when I say the guys are dancing on each other, they're not like, hey, bro, do it. You know, like. They're just, I'm not exaggerating. There was a dude doing a dance. It looked like a camel. That's what his dance was this. he was fucking. I was like, is that how
That's
you pick
funny.
up chicks over here? Well,
That's
one hump
funny.
or two, you know, and then. So anyway, the other prince calls this prince, and he's like, private show tomorrow. And then my brother, who's my manager, is like, all right, well, let me talk to him. Let me sort the details out. And I go, I'm scared about this because we're already here, and you know, we already don't know enough about these people. But, and then he comes over and he talks to him, and he's like, oh shit, that's a lot of money. And so I go,
see why.
yeah, we'll do that show, right? And then my brother goes, okay, well, we're gonna need lights, we're gonna need the cameraman, we're gonna need the DJs, we're gonna need the opening act. And he's like, no, just Russell.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. And he goes, has to be private event. And I go, all right, well, can you give me any information? No information. I'm like, well, how many people?
That's scary.
He goes, it's a very small party for the prince. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking small, all right? Private thing, maybe 50 to 100 people, right? I've done worse. 27 years of stand-up, I've done shows where there's 2 people in the audience. I literally put the mic down and just sat with them. I was like, all right, listen. It's fucking stupid for me to try and, what do you do? You know, so.
That's so true. Oh, man.
So I go, how many people? And they go, maybe 10 to 12. I'm like, oh, come on, guy, right? This is ridiculous. And then my brother goes, do, and I go, that's a lot of money. Yeah, you're right. Let's do it. So I go to the palace the next
that
day,
must be
right?
awkward when it's so
and
intimate.
I get there, and they put us in like a waiting room. And then this guy comes in and goes, Mr. Beatles, please. And my brother and I, because you know, obviously he's got the same last name. We both get up and he goes, no, you stay. Just him. And I'm thinking, great, I'm gonna get beheaded.
That's
kind of
scary.
Because I talked
No
mad
information,
shit
come
the night
along.
before, right? I made fun of them because women weren't allowed to drive in Saudi. It's illegal for women to drive in Saudi Arabia, and I was going in on it. I'm like, well, maybe you should let the women drive because you guys drive like shit, you know. And then, so I was like, oh my God, this is payback. I'm gonna lose my head, and they're gonna blame fucking ISIS or some shit, right? So I go into this room, and it's a little ass room with a 110-inch TV. And I walk in, and I figure because the TV, say this is the TV behind me, I walk in the room, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just stand in front of this TV and do my little jokes for these 11 people that are here. And I walk in, and then the prince is sitting in the middle of the room, and he gets up, and he goes, hey, thanks for coming. He doesn't sound like how you're thinking. He's not like, please, entertain my friends. You know, he's like, hey, thanks for coming. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like Ashton Kutcher's gonna come out, ha ha,
Man.
you've been punked. Yeah.
No, the stereotypes are broken. That's so funny.
So he goes, he goes, sit down, Russell, please sit down. So I sit down, and I just start making fun of everybody in the room. Literally, like, I'm like,
Why?
you bam, and then the prince is like feeding me lines. That guy owns camels, and I'm like, you fucking camel guy, and how's it going? And then I don't know if that's the greeting or the dance, right? So, you know, the prince. I'm making fun of him. I start making fun of the prince. I got a little fucking carried away.
Oh no!
And I knew when I was getting carried away because I already went. Everybody else, no problem, but him. Then the prince says to me, there's a guy sitting beside me, and he goes, hey, Russell, that guy has one of the only brown diamonds in the world. And I go, what the fuck is a brown diamond? He goes,
I've never heard of
show
that.
him. The guy takes off his ring, and he's got this little tiny ass brown diamond on a ring, right? And I go, oh, cool. And I go to put it on my hand, and it wouldn't go past my pinky nail. And I'm like, how small are your hands? And I look at the prince, and I go, this guy's got childlike hands. And the prince starts laughing, and then as a joke, I grab the guy's wrist, right? And I have friends that are magicians, and they taught me how to take a watch off somebody's wrist. So I grab his wrist, and I unlock his watch, and I pull it off. And I go, how small are your wrists? And then I go, oh, wow, nice watch. I go, what is that, Richard Mille? He goes, no, it's Hublot. And I go, oh, nice. I go, here. He goes, keep it. And I'm like, okay, buddy. So I put the watch on, and I start talking again. Then about 10 minutes later, I go, hey, man, here's your watch. He goes, no, I give to you. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh. You just take a watch like
So I
it's
start
yours.
getting comfortable, right? Because now I feel like I've done my job. Everybody's laughed in this room. And then the prince goes, come on, let's eat. And I go, all right, let's eat. So we go to this other room to eat. And I'm sitting there. And I go, hey, man, where's the guy that gave me the watch? He goes, oh, he left. And I go, but I've got his watch. And he goes, he gave it to you. And I go, all right.
Okay.
And he goes, that's how it is in Saudi Arabia. If you like something we have and you say, I like that, we have to give it to you. And I go, wow.
Oh. Oh, that's pretty good.
This is the best palace I've ever been in. Didn't work. Doesn't work on real estate, apparently. I should have complimented the Rolls Royce they sent to pick me up in, though. God damn it, I fucked that one up, right? So I start, the prince is really cool, so I start talking
That's
to him.
actually
I'm
really
like,
interesting.
yo, did you know Osama bin Laden? Because he was from Saudi Arabia.
Bro.
And I go, hey, did you know Osama bin Laden? He goes, well, I didn't know him, but I know his family. I go, really? He goes, yeah, I mean, he was much older than I am. I go, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. He goes, yeah, but his family is a very prominent family here in Saudi Arabia. They built Saudi Arabia. They were the construction company that built it. He goes, he went crazy. He went that way, and the family was this way. And he was mad at Saudi Arabia, and he was mad at his family, so he went a little fucking cuckoo. And then I was like, that's amazing, because if you think about the breakdown of Osama bin Laden, he's very similar to Donald Trump.
I mean, I'm not gonna fault that logic, but that's unexpected.
Billionaire's son of
yeah.
a developer
Yeah.
who's fucking mad at everybody. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
So I go, he goes, yeah, his family's very nice, actually. And I go, really? He goes, do you want to meet his brother? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. I would want to meet him. So he goes, okay, and he says to some guy, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't know what he's saying, but okay, sure, right? And then, so the next day, I get this call at my hotel, and they send the car. The prince sends a car for me.
This is so weird.
I go, what's this for? He goes, oh, you said you wanted to go see Saudi Arabia, so he sent a car so he can go around and see everything.
Yeah,
and he walks out with me, and he's on his phone. He's like, and he goes, hey, Russell, do you still want to meet Osama's brother? And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And he goes, okay, one sec. Here. And I go, what's this? And I won't say the guy's first name because, that'll give it away. But it says blank bin Laden on the phone, right? And I go, what's this? He goes, it's Osama's brother. And I go, holy shit. So I go, hello? And he goes, and this is exactly, here's what you're expecting, right? Osama bin Laden's brother to get on the phone and be like, Russell, what are you doing, infidel, right? So I go, hello? And this is what I hear on the other end. Hey, Russell. I go, what the fuck is going on here? He goes, yeah, it's, I'm blah, 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 bin Laden. I go, yeah, and I see that on the phone. He goes, first of all, let me tell you, big fan of your stuff. And I'm like, what the good fuck is going on over here, right? And he's like, how long you in town for? I go, I'm leaving today. He goes, yeah, I'm flying back tonight. Oh, man, I'm going to miss you. Hey, stay in touch with me. Take my number. And I'm like, what?
That's
yeah, take my number.
crazy.
And I go, all right. And I go, just so you know, your name's going in as Dave Smith on my phone. Thank you, guys. You were great.
Okay. That was good. That was really good. That was funny. Yeah. Man, I'm really glad I saw that. Like, it's really funny seeing, like, stereotypes be kind of changed and, like, challenged like that. It's really interesting. Oh, man. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And leave any comments that you have or any suggestions in the comments below. And I'll catch you next time. All right. Peace.